So I'm seeing these, like, not ads, but these spokespeople who because they're willing to agree or concede to something that I think they're they're not coming like without a an agenda, and the way that they don't even, they're disciplined, they don't even talk about what they want, but they do something like, I don't know, suggesting that Muhammad Atta and some, back in the day when the Taliban coordinated 9/11 type of shit. And it's like, I almost wanted to be like, harp on that. Like the fact that you still believe that 9/11 was not an inside job. And I might believe that 9/11 is an inside job because of things that happened outside of the argumentation for whether or not building 7 or something. There's other things that for me that sit with as not confirmation, but as coinciding with. So the dancing Israelis is coinciding with the fact that they haven't effectively disargued, depth charges, and or they spoofed it so it's ridiculous. Then you feel embarrassed to suggest that or think that other things happened, like a rocket hit the Pentagon and not a plane, or something, a hologram or something. Like, it's all this shit. It's like, it's kind of an embarrassment, but that does not beleaguer the case for an inside job. Just because I feel a clown because I indulged in some speculation about things that people can't conceive of is not mean that it was not an inside job. And when there's messaging like, we will dance again or something like that, because they're heated about not getting support from the Washington for something happening today. Okay, like, that is not confirmation proof inside job 9/11. But okay, we're not doing that anymore. You're not even trying to dissuade me, so you're just saying you should just accept it. Like, okay, well, I mean, that's ridiculous. You couldn't expect, even if you got me scared, you couldn't expect everybody in the world to get tricked and reprogrammed so easily. But the point is not about a 9/11 video. Well, I would even be less skeptical about, did the DNC steal the election? Like, there, you cannot even think or suggest for a second they didn't, when you know how elections are stoled. If you know how they're stoled and you see them doing it and you're like, like, I didn't see that, then that is not affordable perspective. You can make up and say whatever you want, and you can make sounds come out of your mouth, but you can't not afford a perspective. So you're just saying, that's fine, shit, why don't you go ahead and make it illegal then? You didn't make it illegal for us to say 9/11 was an inside job, but you make it illegal for us to say that you stole the election when you practically tried to solicit my help to do it. And as far as with the precedent for mail-in orders and the machines that were used in Venezuela and all this shit, like, we'll probably never get around to even having, you get kicked off the internet. So, that doesn't afford you a perspective. You can just think about it, like, whether or not I want to be popular and have friends, and they don't think that I'm hate or anything like that. But at the same time, how do you win brownie points by trying to what's it called? use they're trying to bring retribution through the court because you disagree. The court even has, about satire, how the definition of satire is held up in the FCC court. Like, what gave them the idea to spend tax money to decide what is the definition of satire? So they're distracting us with this what is a woman stuff. Forget what is a woman right now, okay? You're trying to distract me, you're trying to play me, dog. No. I witness satire all the time. You can't tell me it isn't. I mean, just because it wasn't Saturday Night Live, maybe it just was something I seen on the YouTube, with the disinformation and conspiracies that they got to warn you. So they're not even warning me about disinformation and conspiracy. They're warning me about satire. It's Saturnalians. Okay, I might have said something about Saturnalia that was disparaging, and they hopped on my bandwagon. And then later on, I realized that I was just given some revisionist spin or something because I was, I got a little tiny fragment or a snippet to try to understand something that was fractured. And so a little bit of knowledge turned out to be dangerous in the wrong hands. But then I got more with some more knowledge, and I was able to clear